welcome to the first episode of Let's Eat with Momo here on YouTube. This is where we'll cook together and have fun with different meals that are very simple and easy to make at home. Today's session, first of all, we're making dumplings and meaty bones. I started off by putting 2 cups of all-purpose flour into a bowl, and then I added a sachet of yeast, and I added salt and sugar, and I mixed all of my dry ingredients together thoroughly. Then I proceeded to add warm water, lukewarm water. Try and just not make your water too hot, so as to not make the yeast taste bad. Then you proceed to mix all of that thoroughly together. I do add oil, and I end up adding a little bit of melted butter. This is not the conventional way, but trust me, Temba Nina, you're gonna love it. It makes it a whole lot softer and easier to work with. You do end up adding a little bit more of all-purpose flour here and there. Use your discretion, but keep it to the consistency in the picture. Some people like it a bit harder or a bit softer. This is the consistency that I enjoy, and it always comes out soft like that. And with a Dombolo or ujeke, you have to knead, you have to work with it. You have to give it your energy. So you'll knead it until it's not sticking onto the hand, and then put it into a bowl, separately cover it and put it somewhere warm. I had to put it outside. Then I moved on to making or preparing for the meaty bones. So I keep it simple this side. This is me going to rinse my onions. So I chopped some onions, and I chopped some green peppers and garlic cloves, 3 garlic cloves. I'm going to write the full recipe down by the description box, so please check that out in case it's going a bit too fast or you're not hearing some of the parts. It's just to make it easier. I chopped all of my ingredients that I needed, which in this case was the onions, the garlic, the peppers, and then I moved on to cutting my carrots as well. I enjoy cooking. I love cooking, and this is why I want to do it with you guys. I don't know if we should just suggest every week what we should be making next, or I should go with the flow. Please let me know down by the description box, down by the comments. Imagine, down by the comments. This is me going in and preparing my carrots. Carrots always just give that hearty winter comforting add into any meal, so had to add that in, especially with the meaty bones. And I get at this point in time, my dough was ready from being outside. It's been about 20 minutes and it had rised perfectly well. Love this for me. So keep it somewhere warm so that it just works or cooperates with you fast. And then I added some oil into my pot, and then I added my onions, peppers, garlic, and went in to add Kashmiri powder, curry powder, and ginger powder. And I mixed that thoroughly well together. Kashmiri gives my food the kind of color that I like, when it's not too brown, it gives it that reddish curry color, and I love that. So I use a lot of Kashmiri. I think it gives away I'm a Durban girl even. Anyways, I went on to add the bones, the meaty bones, into the pan straight after that, and the carrots, and then I mixed it very well and closed the pan. For a couple of minutes, I went back in. I had forgotten my peppers. I grinded a little bit of peppers inside, and black pepper, inside. And then I went to work with my dough, so that I added, you add the dough after 10 minutes. As soon as there's a little bit of a boil to your stew, then you start adding it so that you can close and it can boil together for a good 35 to 40 minutes, and it will be good. So I added that, and I finished all that I had, and I put that to the side. It's working on itself for the next 30 minutes to 40 minutes. And for my sides, I'm making salsa. I usually also add cucumbers to my salsa, but I didn't have any, so we just kept it simple. So it's just the onions, the tomatoes, and I seasoned it with some aromat and a little bit of vinegar. Gives it a tang that I like. Other people like to just season with salt, and that's perfectly fine. Or salt and vinegar. That works out perfectly fine too. So you'll just use what you prefer. But this makes sense, especially in an African meal. It just adds that sassiness that you exactly need. And then I went on to add some chilies because I needed to be spicy. And what is ushatini ungabab, you know? So I mixed that all well together, and then I put it into the fridge while I continued cooking the rest of the things because ushatini umnandi ngokuthi ubabe. And then another side that I'm adding is cabbage. All that I'm doing is steaming this cabbage, nothing extra, and I season it with aromat only. I like my cabbage crunchy, so I only steamed it for say about 10 minutes to 15 at most. Oh, look at that. It's just giving life. Only seasoned that with salt. And that was it. And I steamed it and we were ready to go. At this point in time, it's been a good 35 minutes in this instance. And it was already, look at that, the steam, the loveliness. The home is smelling so good. I hope you try this. I really hope you try this. It doesn't take too much time. It does need a bit of an effort, but I mean, it's doable. And it's simple. It doesn't need a lot of ingredients. It tastes delicious. It tastes divine. All I needed to do was add some soup into the stew and give it another 10 minutes on medium heat, and it was ready. So I poured that in. Oh, look at that. The consistency. That looks so divine. I hope you end up trying this. Oh gosh. I'm a noon. Anyways, that was my meal. Isiphelele all together. So it's the steamed cabbage and the salsa and my meaty bones, and then dombolo lami. And this is me dishing up, and I'm about to enjoy. This was succulent. This was divine. I hope to see you tomorrow when we cook something different. And please do give me any suggestions in the comment section, or anything that you'd like for us to cook together, and we're gonna do exactly that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Look at that, so scrumptious. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, see you again.